I just looked at my laptop screen and it's 222. And I've never really been into numbers or understood it much, but lately I've been seeing 111 a lot. This is the first time I see 222. And I'm getting into it just because I feel like there's so many changes happening in my life right now that I need a sign. But anyways, hello, Sabah El Kheir. I'm so excited to be sitting down and just talking. Oh my God, I need to get comfortable though because I'm not, I haven't, I just started talking. Where where do I even begin? Begin. Where do I even begin? I feel like so much is happening. So much is happening. I'm nervous. I wanted to bring my journal as a special part of this episode because I think I need to overcome a fear today, and that is reading previous journal entries that I wrote. And we'll get there. We'll get there in the episode, but pretty much why this is like why I'm feeling a little nervous is because I need to tell you something. I decided that I'm going to be leaving Dubai. I won't be I won't be living here anymore, which is kind of crazy because in previous episodes, I was talking about how I made my apartment more homey and getting into a routine and starting different activities, um, friendships, and all of that stuff, really. But now I'm coming on here saying I've decided that I'm leaving. So this backdrop and this space and my apartment, it's in the next few weeks, it's not gonna like I'm not gonna be here anymore. And I've just been, well, I spent the weekend pretty much kind of just accepting that, but also I'm like, okay, I need to be moving fast because there are some things that I brought and put in here, some furniture. I need to start uploading online, sell a couple things, donate some clothes, a lot of things that I need to start planning, prepping, and doing from now so that I'm not freaking out on the last few days and I don't want to just leave everything for the last minute and then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what do I do?" Because now that I think about it, I have so many random things. Like, I realize I collect a lot of things. I save so many papers, just anything that has like a little bit of sentimental meaning to me. Could be a paper that I found somewhere or something someone wrote or anything from like a flight ticket to somewhere. I just save that and now I have drawers of papers, which honestly I like keeping. I'm not gonna bring back every little thing, but I definitely like to go through it and I feel it's gonna be so crazy. I should probably vlog that experience because yeah, I think this is my first time moving out from somewhere. I never really moved out before. Like I never lived in dorms growing up. I never, had an apartment or a roommate, anything like that. So this is my first experience like having to move my life again. And I decided I want to be back home. I want to be in Lebanon. I really, really miss being there and with family. I think, you know, it's still hard for me to kind of understand, but it's also a feeling that I have that I won't deny. And I was saying this in a video that I filmed earlier today for TikTok, and I'm like, I, the last person I want to lie to is me. Like, I need to be honest with how I'm feeling. If there's something going on in my head or my body is telling me something, I need to listen to that. And so over the last weekend, I visited home. I went to Lebanon and already had packed a whole suitcase of things that I wanted to take back. I still have so many things. I was like, Dad, Mom, can someone come and help me? But I think this is going to be a challenge I need to face myself. Like now I'm looking in front of me at all the things, and that's the only thing, like that's all I'm thinking about right now is just everything in front of me and how I'm gonna bring it. All these books that I got and I still haven't read. Wait, I don't want to think about it right now. I uploaded a couple online just like of my furniture. I was taking pictures yesterday. I swear if you see the listings that I do, you'd probably think, what are these angles? But I like to show like random things. I would turn them on and kind of just like take any pictures. I realized that this is something it's a part of life and I think it's super important to experience, but I'm like, okay, I need to just get it done. Like this weekend, I've set it in my head that this is something I need to do. So I'm going to do it. And everything is kind of just feeling like a little bit of a to-do list now of just things I need to check off. And it's weird. It's definitely weird. I mean, I spent so much time kind of creating a vibe in my space and I like it and I'm very, very happy with it. And you know, I'm glad that I did that. I think it was so important. Like all these paintings, I'm gonna take them down soon and slowly, slowly, I'm gonna try to be emptying out the space. Anyways, yeah. So why I'm recording on my iPhone right now and I literally I got a message the other day. It was like, "We need more YouTube videos." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on it. Like I just need to get my camera fixed because I dropped it and broke it, whatever, blah blah blah. I've already talked about this and it's still broken." And then she responded and was like, "Use your iPhone. Like you have a phone, you can film on that." And that just was like it was a wake up call to me. So I'm like, okay, and now I'm recording on my phone and we're making the podcast episode happen. Problem solver mode activated. Thank you for that. Also, why I brought in my journal is because I wrote down a couple things that I want to talk about, but also why this journal is very special to me. And if you didn't know, I have really collected journals my whole life. Like I've been writing in a journal since I was 8 years old before I even really knew how to write. Like I have always just let myself kind of express how I feel on paper and pen, and my whole life is kind of documented that way. And one thing that I realized is I haven't been writing as much as I'd like to. And I used to do it to practically write every single day in my journal or every few days. And now I just see it spaced out of like Christmas, then a birthday, then something. And I don't like that. I think writing is something that I've made very, very like much of a priority and way for me to express how I feel and let it out in a in that kind of way. So why I still, well, I brought all my journals here. I ended up taking them back to Lebanon and I have so many of them now. Each one looks a little different. Some from my growing up and then high school, no, school, high school, just so many different years, just so many different books, so many different years. And one of them is like from high school. It's a mini one that I would take with me. And it's so crazy when you read back because like things that kind of in my head now I would have remembered differently. When you read it, you're like, wait, it actually happened not the way I thought it happened, and it was just something different. I think our brains kind of rewire or remember things kind of differently because then other major life experiences come in and that just all gets pushed back. So writing it down, if I can recommend anything, I would recommend that. It's never too late to start. Write down, have a journal as your best friend. Maybe even if you travel around, like get a journal for each city that you're in. If you're moving out for, your internships, your uni, wherever you're going, kind of write that experience because what is up with all the trucks today? This journal in specific for me is dedicated to my time in Dubai. And I started writing in it from the second I got on the plane to move here. That is like why I kind of want to face a fear because I never read that journal entry since then. Since I wrote it down, I have not gone back and looked at it. Pretty much, I wanted to go through this and read it because I think Linda 2 years ago, almost 2 years and a half, she was a different Linda. I think I'm Linda 2.0 now. I learned a lot of things. And I'm very, very grateful for my time here because I think it was super character building and each experience was a stepping stone. Stepping stone, that's a little bit of a tongue twister for a second. It was a stepping stone for getting to discover myself more and take me to where I want to be in life or just in general, whatever life has planned for me. I think I need to go through experiences to move to the next, you know? So maybe I wanted to just go ahead and read it out because I have not been able to read it. And I think it's because it's really it's really I don't know, it's scary. This is Tuesday, the 7th of March, 2023 at 11:34 p.m. Okay, I don't want to rip the paper. I'm on a plane to Dubai and I thought I'd start writing in here. I wanted to get a new journal to take with me and write my experiences down. I stopped writing for a while, and after my last trip, I started again in Paris, in my Paris journal. All of my journals are in Beirut. I wish I could bring them with me, but that would almost need a carry on. Okay. It's crazy that this is happening right now. I don't know how I managed to get everything ready and pack in such a short amount of time. I remember it was so fast. Like getting the job after the interview. Okay, that took a like there were the interviews for the job and everything. And I did speak about this in a different episode where I talked about how I ended up moving to Dubai and everything. It was more of my friend's idea. She wanted to move here, and I was like, I don't know. Like, it never crossed my mind. It never was something that I'm like, I'm moving to Dubai, I'm moving to Dubai. And I think life worked in its mysterious ways and brought me here because this is where I needed to be. And it was actually my friend's idea. If you want to watch the whole other episode, I'm going to link it down below. But my I feel I yeah, her idea became my idea and I started applying for jobs and then I had the interview and from there things just started moving really fast. I remember by the like I was here on vacation and me and my friend had our whole idea to move to Dubai and we said 1 month after this moment we're going to be moving here. And 1 month later, 1 month and a little bit, I was back in Dubai, which was super crazy. I think it was like, yeah, a month and a bit. And she decided she didn't end up wanting to move. And this is what I think. It was just this is how it was meant to be, really. Like I just feel that life has its ways. It does. I felt like things were just easy for once. I got all the appointments like nails, eyebrows, laser, hair, etc. done right on time. I'm really grateful for how helpful mom was going with me everywhere to shop to get work clothes. I got a lot of cute summer dresses and skirts since it's already hot in Dubai. I even got trousers and more professional clothes. This is like my first full-time job, so I didn't even know what clothes to get. Ugh, this is so crazy to read. I remember going shopping with my mom and we're trying on blazers and trousers and pants and dresses. I did not know what you wear to an office. It was like checking on Pinterest. The only thing that sucked is when I went with dad to the phone store to recharge months. So yeah, because I didn't want to lose my Lebanese number. I knew for a fact there would be a day when I'm coming back, but like I took this Dubai experience as more of a work trip experience, and I really wanted to focus career wise on, you know, just a lot of career growth. And yeah, so I wanted to keep my Lebanese sim. And I remember, it was just so weird because I was still on my university plan what ended up happening is we got cards to recharge months, like regular. I forgot that I was on a university plan. And the cards that we were getting to recharge the dates were not filling up, and instead just charging, like, just it was just charging my phone without giving me any time in days, nor even like adding to my account because of the university plan. It's like we were charging the phone and everything was just evaporating and going, like it just didn't exist. So we put in, like, I don't know, 10 cards for like a year's time. And then he was like, oh wait, do you have a plan, an active plan? I'm like, yeah, I have a university plan. He's like, oh yeah, so actually none of this just worked and you still have to pay. And I remember I was so upset about it. The guy recharged the months but didn't notice it wouldn't work with the student plan I had on my phone. It was so ridiculous. Oh well, I got to say bye to Tita and like all my family members before I had to go. Tita got me a cute PJ set. It was really nice of her. I wanted to spend more time with mom, dad, and Jess, but the flight dates were getting complicated and I just had to take like the flight that I had to take. But it's all right. Once I land, I will take, I think they had like sent a car so that I can get to the where I'm staying. And it's gonna be around 4 a.m. by the time I reach. I'm gonna try to unpack right once I get there. I hope it goes well. I start work on Tuesday, so I get to rest a bit. Oh, it's so weird reading this. The fact that now this was March 7, 2023. So yeah, I've been working for 2 years and now we're what day are we? What month are we? It's June. So March, April, May, June. That's 4 months by the time I leave here. It will be July. So yeah, it will be 2 years and 5 months, almost 2 years and 6 months. Who knows? I love that I get to read these back, but also it is so like I feel I'm talking to my younger self, and just having this connection to the fact that I wrote this 2 years ago and that there was a moment in time that I was on a plane writing this down and my whole life was about to change. That for me is just the crazy way of how life works. Or am I getting too a little too emotional or philosophical? I don't know. When I moved, I didn't really have friends or anything that lived here. So it was really nice. I remember my aunt was on a work trip here with her company. So I met up with her and she had some of her colleagues there that live in Dubai. And one of them was giving me so many tips on like apps to download. I remember I didn't know what like any of the apps were. So she's like, this is a great app to have. This is a delivery app. This is like you can do different services here on this app, and anything you need, they can come to your house and do like I remember I did do a lot of things of like AC cleaning, furniture cleaning, curtains, the a bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh, the fact like this apartment, I feel I took care of it so much. I really, really made sure to give it a good deep clean, everything like crazy. And when I first moved, I was in a studio apartment right here, like right across, and I had to move all my things to this one bedroom apartment. So that was like the only move I've ever really done before. It was like from Lebanon to here, and then from that studio apartment to this one bedroom apartment. And when I moved from Lebanon, I really only came with my luggage and carry on. I was so efficient and effective with my packing. I didn't want to overcomplicate it. I just wanted really my work clothes, my things, and I'm like the rest when my parents visit, when Jess visits, what like I'll if there's anything I need, maybe they can bring more or I'll just get some whatever from here, you know. Over the years, I just have written in here different experiences that I had at work. I did like open one page randomly and something caught my eye and it was about how I really really found myself loving music, and because at I work in hospitality, marketing, social media, entertainment specifically, with like a main focus on the music sector because there's a music studio inside the hotel. It's like one of the most equipped studios in Dubai. I've always loved music. And I never like I feel like I've talked about it, but have I really talked about it? I don't know. I've always loved music. I've always wanted to work on music. Never really understood it to the extent to the details that I know now of how things work and programs, writing camps, just A to Z of how music comes to life, how you release a track, all of these things, even the marketing side of releasing a track. Oh, wow, my like eyes opened. It's just so crazy. So I feel I've been talking about it a little bit more recently, but I started handling the account for the music studio. I've really tried to incorporate so many different trendy content, but also create new trends or interviews. And with the interviews, how I can even explain how it started. So we didn't have like a really like an interview yet on the page, and I really wanted to start interviewing the artists and DJs that would come. So I needed a reference to really use to show how we could do it. But you have to get one video and then the rest become easy. Is how I'm kind of trying to explain it. So I remember I was like, okay, I need to do an interview. So I met up with the artist, but like uh practically they were having dinner, about to have dinner. I'm like, hey, like, do you mind if we do a really, really quick interview? And it ended up being super, super like cool. And I took that interview and I started sending it to other artists and DJs that were gonna come. I'm like, hey, like we did this. Would you mind giving it a try? And we could do something similar. And then it became a thing. And then we really, really started taking off with these interviews. Imagine me with a mic in hand, a tripod in the other hand, my iPhone, and I'm just going around talking to people, from the guests to the artists to like I was just go go go, and I needed to make it happen. And I swear the amount of things, like the amount of crazy cool conversations I've had and actually friendships that I've made through these interviews are just, for me, like a big reason of why, even though some of the situations I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so uh, like I don't know, I would just get a little, it can be in the moment a little intimidating, but now I think I can talk to anyone. Like I can create conversation with anyone, and it's really put me out there. And from the first interview I was not always like that, and I need to make it super clear. I literally said in my first interview, I don't know what I'm doing. That's the worst thing you could probably say. And oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed. But I'm like, we need to do it. And that day I did like two interviews. I'm like, we're going to make it work. Editing, fix it up. The conversations will get better each and every time. And then they start to flow better. I also realized like not everyone wants to be asked the same generic questions. They need to be tailored for the person. I think there were so many like really interesting people that walked through the door and walked into the music studio with such like beautiful stories on how they made it in their career, what they did, and just being around that and hearing that was very inspiring. I remember so many have stuck with me and inspired me to this day. I feel that what I wanted to work on the most was not just connecting with a person like, here's the question, give me an answer, thank you very much. No. It was more about coming in with a friendly approach and whatever they wanted to talk about, they could take the conversation wherever. It was not very specific to, oh, we need to touch these points. No, let's just make this a conversation and see where it goes. And a lot of the time, it would just be way more interesting than any questions I put together, because we just got carried away and started talking about different things. And recently, I had a very full circle moment when one of the artists in the studio is the first artist that I went to Second Sun in Beirut and watched him play. And then we were just sitting in there talking about life, music, and so many different things. And it was very, very nice because I feel that like, I personally have not met a single mean person or a person that wasn't down for like this, like for the interviews or anything. Like in general, I tried to make it so, like, I would think in my head, if I ask this, is it cringe? Is it gonna be taken the wrong way? I really, really thought of each thing I'm asking because, like, you don't want to ask someone something that they've first been asked 100 million times. Second is just outdated. Like, they've worked on new music, they've worked on new projects. Like, let's talk about that. But also, I'd like to redirect the questions to bring out more of the journey and how they reached each point in their career. It's really cool to see and to hear these stories. Another DJ that I met, she was like working a corporate job and decided that she no longer wanted to do that, even though it was super interesting. It was, I think she mentioned something not entertainment. Was it entertainment? I think it was more event planning, but ended up, at 27 deciding I want to focus on music. And she was like, my friends always said you love music. Why don't you just take that serious and do it full time? And now she's been like doing amazing and playing all around the world. It's so cool to see. You know, I'm talking about this from a music point of view because I love it and I've met so many cool people in my career over the past 2 years, but this translates to everything in life. And if you have something you're passionate about, you need to go and get it. It's there for you. And I know there's so many factors in life that you need to think about. All I can say is when you feel it in your heart, this fire, this burning passion, go for it, go for it, go for it, because that is the story that they shared with me. That's the inspiration that they gave me. And because, a lot of the time, and I'm not even joking, I think I've done over 100 interviews. I need to actually sit down and count them one day, and I think it'll be a crazy number for sure. I really need to talk about this more in detail because I feel that this episode is already going to be so heavy with so many different topics, but I want to sit down and talk about what I learned through interviewing people and being in the room with such inspiring and like-minded creative people. Like, I want to dedicate a whole episode to this. We need to talk about this another time. Okay, we need to another episode. I will go into all the details if you find this interesting. If just let me know and we can talk about it, really, really just break it down, and I'll have some notes so that I don't miss anything. But I thought I would mention that to you because I think that's one of the things that I worked on the most in the past 2 years. I also did like really fun stuff as well, like because I was working in hospitality in a hotel. There were so many times, and I think in the beginning of my career there, I was mostly focused on an Italian restaurant that we have. And I'm like, okay, we need to like create content with the chefs. I started filming these videos with the chef of like him preparing different dishes, and they actually performed super well. I would love seeing this personality come out, and we create these videos that are getting so much engagement and people want more. And I'm just like, wait, I never expected that I would be in a kitchen like filming this dish and the preparation and all of that stuff. I just would be filming content, a lot of content. I think I know every name to every room category in the hotels, and just like from hotel content, spa, all the different venues, restaurants, experiences. I've also found that I love going to conferences. I put on the necklace that has my name. I'm sitting and listening, learning something new. I I did a couple. The ones that I went to were mostly music related. So I did IMS in Dubai, which is the International Music Summit. And I also had a really insane experience by going to Amsterdam for ADE. And that was so cool. It was like conferences, meetings, the night you go to the mixers, and it was just mixed like different mixers, and then the next day. And I remember, I don't think I slept for 3 4 days. I feel like this episode is more reminiscing, and I don't know, I just pulled out my journal and now I'm getting emotional. And these 2 years have been so incredible to me. Is this journal going to be my pillow, emotional support pillow for this episode? I'm just like hugging it. No, we need Mr. Boba over here. Okay, I've gotten a little too comfortable. But yeah, uh, where was I? I was saying that when I moved to Dubai, I really wanted to see it as like a work trip and career development growth, and that kind of, I was ready for that in life. And before I moved, I was in university and focused on education. So, yes, I've been learning, but I've been learning a lot of hands-on practice, real life scenarios while I am here, and just anything. Like I feel I've learned a lot of, working with different people, projects, emails, meetings, travels, just a lot of different things like that, which I think are so important. And being in a professional setting and learning how to act in different settings with different people, yeah, it's taught me a lot. That's why I always say I'm like, I feel like I'm Linda 2.0. And I do want to talk about this because I I wouldn't take back a single thing. And I know I do get messages sometimes, and I'm going to be completely honest. I get messages saying, like, where have you been? Even though I think there's like something like going on where my videos are being completely shadow banned, for not for on the For You page or not on the Explore, but more on to my following, which I need to figure that out. Jess told me the other day that she had to search me, and she's been having to search me lately to see my videos because nothing goes on the following page, which I feel this is an issue. What is happening? Anyways, what I was trying to say is that I have received messages like, where have you been? You vanished. And another is like, the downfall of Linda needs to be studied. And I'm like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy that people think that whatever is shared online is truly the most you've been up to. I've been a lot more active now on social media. I'm very, very happy about that because it is my passion. It's how I got into everything that I'm doing now. It's all the skills that I implement in my work every day are because I learned it myself from just loving sharing my life and creating ever since I was what, like really young. It all started with our home videos. Like I would make my mom film me being a fashion designer one day and creating a whole collection out of paper and making Jess walk around the house wearing it. Or me being an artist and working on different paintings, anything, singing. I would put on a whole performance. I would come down the stairs as like, I don't know, Britney Spears, Celine Dion, and just sing along to the whole CD tape that I had. And I always was in tune with my creative artsy side. And I think it's me. And why did, I would say, good in my work is because I took those skills and I put them, but also I put them with passion, because everything that I create, everything that is creative, I do with my whole heart. I am so proud. I think my portfolio, it could be pages on pages right now. Is to always be like, I want more. Like I want to do something different. Like I don't want life to feel like this. I want life to feel like this. And even if it has to go feel like that sometimes, and I just want to feel the waves. I want to feel what it has to give me. I want to feel. I want to be alive. My tummy is rumbling. I'm hungry. And yeah, I am eternally everything. I look back at life as if it's chapters and I've just been living it. My life and through these journals is a book. I have this song that I'm working on that is a combination or like a mixture of lyrics that I wrote before I had this like move in my life, and I didn't really relate to the lyrics anymore. Obviously, time has passed and life has I have new lyrics in my head that I relate more to, but I really felt so connected to them in a sense of like that was a part of me and I wanted to put them into one song. So I went through all my old lyrics and just kind of merged them. And it was like you read a chapter and the quote was like you read a chapter of my book. Eyes on me, but did you really look? And why I wrote that, the song is still like the song is in the works right now, but why I wrote that is because we all see what we want to see. We see what we show, and but it's just a chapter. There's so much more that I've experienced and brought me to this moment and brought me to who I am today, or like created this Linda that you're seeing in front of you and that's talking right now. But a lot of that was me growing up and me living life every day, and so much of it is not documented. I'm very, very happy that a lot of it is, and that I get to look back and read these journals or watch my old videos and see the growth that sometimes we forget about. We forget so much. I have to read back to be like, oh, that's how it happened, because we forget how much has happened and how much has changed. And I don't want to. Shout out to my friend Gaia. I really want to talk about this, but she kind of made me think of things in a more positive sense. And I'm really appreciative for my friendships. And I really want to bring her on the podcast because I remember like there were a few instances where I was upset over something. She's like, no, like, and she won't say it like, no, like, don't feel that way, but, and like comfort me. She'll be like, girl, move on. She's the type of person that's not like, doesn't tell me what I want to hear. No, she tells me what I need to hear. And she'll just snap me out of things. She'll be like, wake up. Not, this is the hard truth. You're going to listen to it. And I love those types of personalities because as much as I want to be comforted and validated, I can be wrong at times. And I even how deeply you believe something, it is good to see another point of view and try to be like, okay, this happened, move on, move forward, let it be. We can't be upset over the most small things. It just takes up my like capacity from your head, from your time, and that is the most valuable thing. Everything else is replaceable, fixable, and it will be okay. I have a journal that I would write in. I don't, it's not here. Yeah, where is this journal? I'm trying to locate it in my head, but I'm pretty sure it's in Lebanon. And I wrote in it the entire job application. Like I have writing in there of like when I was applying for jobs and the different jobs that I was applying for, and also like leading up to the job that I have, like it, I was writing about it. And was like, ugh, like, how come I didn't hear back after the interview? They said they're going to send me something to work on, like a little project or thing to show my skills before they hire me to see if it's a good fit. And I never received that. I'm like, wow, like maybe they didn't send it over. I don't know. It turns out they sent it, but it went to my junk and they wanted it after like 24 hours. I was like, no, I lost my chance. And I went back home and I'm like, you know what? Even if they won't accept it, I'm going to do it. And I spent 24 hours on it. I remember I didn't sleep. I stayed up. I did it all through the night and then I sent it over. I'm like, I'm so sorry about the delay. I didn't see it. It went to my junk and I was just hoping, fingers crossed, that it didn't ruin my chances. And it's just so crazy because what I'm living and what I've lived over the past 2 years exceeded my expectations, exceeded what I ever thought I would work on, and brought me closer to things that I've always been intrigued in and interested in, but have just never, like, it's just never happened. But it just happened. Like it just happened and it just brought it close to me. And I'm so, so glad that life sometimes it hears you. Everything that I ever wanted to learn was just combined into one. And I think that's what's like super cool about working in an environment that I like the similar to what I worked in is that you will experience so much so fast, but also it'll teach you how to handle all of those, you know? Would I say it's for everyone? No. But it was for me. And it is something that I'm like, wow, I don't know how I could ever go to like, I don't think I could ever not have so much going on at once. I actually enjoy having a lot, but I need to be more balanced in that sense because I constantly need to have like I actually realized this like I need to be working on so many things and then empty out my desk. Like imagine a stack of papers on your desk and you're getting through each one and then second you're on the last one and you've completed. It's like addicting. I don't know how to explain it. I remember once I was just doing this whole music video shoot and I was there every day. It's like 3 a.m. and back in the morning. Like I felt passionate about every project that was handed to me with trust. I took that and I made sure to literally make it happen and not try to mess things up because it you know things happen. It's okay and I'm sure I've made a couple mistakes here and there, but oh my gosh, once I remember I sent an email and I didn't know how to retrack email and I went to IT and I'm like, help me delete it because it was just like an accident. Like I sent it to the wrong person, you know? Um, so yeah, mistakes happen. And in the moment, it's like a nightmare, but it happens. If I could give some advice right now to anyone starting an internship, applying for jobs, getting into their career more this year, after summer, during summer, I don't know. I don't know. I just, whenever. But all I can say is take it all in, do your best. Do your best every single day. If you feel this is not for you, accept that and move on. Be like, I got everything I need from this. It showed me what I want more and more. Is this what I want? Maybe yes, maybe no. Now I can try something different. You will unlock something about yourself. It's like a game where you finished stage one and now you're unlocking. You couldn't unlock stage two, three, four, five if you didn't finish stage one. Like you have to keep on leveling up in life to be getting there. You know what I mean? So don't look around you. I feel like I'm giving advice. Now I'm turning the tables. I'm giving advice, but don't look around you. Don't listen to the noise. Focus on you. You know what's best. And even if you don't, follow that gut feeling. Take it in. Nothing is permanent. You can make decisions. You can change. Give it a try and realize that this one thing might actually be a butterfly effect for changing the whole course of your life. And I always think that when I realize like I have cousins that grew up in different states and different cities, and it's just because their parent went to like an internship in this other country, fell in love, got a job, and now their kids are like literally growing up and speaking, I don't know, 5 different languages. And I think about it, I'm like, that is kind of like crazy that one little decision changed so much. But I like to think that life is so giving, so abundant, and that if I carry this positivity that, I'm grateful for what it's given me, but I want more, and and it's okay to want more, and okay to have this mindset of like, I know things are good, and I'm so happy with it, but like, there's something that I want more. Not coming out of a place of greed, not coming out of a place of like, I'm better than this. No, like just coming out of a place of just wanting more, wanting to experience something different. It's okay. It's okay. Life is not like, oh, you didn't appreciate it. You need to, like, life is not like looking at you with a ruler in hand, like, you don't appreciate what I'm giving you. You're ungrateful. Just being positive, being a good person, wanting more from your life, giving your all to everything you work in. I think if you are ready for something, life is going to tell it to you in so many different ways. And if you ignore the signs because you're like comfortable and happy in a certain sense, you might be not like, I don't know, I feel like life gives you signs when it's time. When it's time to make a new step, make a new move, everything will start. It's like also another um game mention. You know when you're in a zone and it starts giving you arrows of like where you should be walking, but it will be like glowing? What game did I play like that? It will like tell you with like sparkly, glowy like directions, follow the arrow, follow da da da, follow this like glowing, I don't know what it will be. It will be like a something glowing and moving and you have to follow it or like, yeah, whatever. Sometimes life just gives you those arrows and it starts telling you like follow this, like follow it. And I started to listen and be like, okay, I'm going to follow it. I'm not going to just turn around and walk in a whole different direction because it's like, I don't know what that means or where it's going to take me. It's okay. I'm just going to ignore that whole like glittery guide that's just driving me towards it. Like just listen. Listen. Take a step back. Listen to yourself. Okay? It's fine. It's going to be okay. We're going to do this. Even if it takes us to I don't even know where. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe. Where am I even going with this episode? I just ramble on and on and on. In certain ways, people might think that I took a different life path or why did I make certain decisions? Like why did she do that? Why did she? Honestly, that is noise that I even have in my head. And I always say like don't listen, but like it can be hard sometimes because you know what people think and what they say or maybe it's just me thinking that people think this way, but I don't know. I feel that only you know your vision. Only you know what you want. Even the closest people to you, even your friends, sometimes will not understand why. Why? But how will they? They don't live in your shoes. So I can't even be mad at people for being like, no, how about you just do this instead? I mean, they don't know. They don't know. Or like, no, don't move to that state. I've been there. It's not nice. Don't move to that area. No, no, no. I've tried it. And it's not nice. I mean, yeah, definitely my experience in Dubai is not going to be like my sister's experience in Dubai. It's not going to be like my neighbor's experience here or in life in general. My experience is not your experience. Your experience is not her experience. We're all living differently. So I just feel that you need to always kind of think in words of what works for you because that's what matters at the end of the day. And if you have a calling, if you have something in the back of your head, like, it's there, listen. It's you. I always like, I read this quote. It's like your gut is your future self talking to yourself. I mean, if we're so connected to our past younger self, how can we not be connected to our future self? How? I'm sure we are. And I do believe this. I do believe that our gut speaks to us and it tells us things. This journal holds a whole chapter of my life, of my life book. And we will see what journal. Obviously, I will end it on the flight back to Lebanon. I'm going to be traveling around this summer. I do have plans to visit some friends and just family members and, I just want to go with the flow. My favorite quote, go with the flow. But also I do have some things that I want to work on and passion projects, also the podcast being a big, big, big focus for me. Um, yeah, there's going to be a lot of exciting things that I plan on working on. I did speak to my cousin recently. My cousin, she started a business and I'm very, very proud of her. I want to go visit soon. It was just crazy that 1 year ago till today, she just got a new job and she was telling me how much she loved it. And she ended up leaving that recently and pursuing her own thing, which I think is super inspiring. She said there was a study done that the most successful people and the ones that continued with their goal and vision are the ones that wrote it kind of gave it a structure and a sense of direction. Obviously, she could word that a lot better than I did right now. It might contradict my also other I thing of like don't plan, let life do its thing, but I think there should be a good in between of not over planning and setting crazy expectations, but also knowing what you want and going for it. There's so much more that I want to talk about it, especially this whole move. It is going to be a whole process. Maybe by the next time, I don't know if I'll still have everything up on the wall or what's going to be happening. Every day is looking a little different. And I've been writing that down. Every step that I made from like literally admitting it to myself and then resigning and starting to pack my things and visiting Lebanon for the weekend and all of that, I'm writing it down because I know that one day I'm going to want to look back and read it. And even though it's still so fresh for me to just go back and read some things in here, it also is very nice that I get to do that and that I have so many good memories from my time here and that I've met so many inspiring people that really showed me that it's okay to go get what you want. And if they didn't do it, maybe would I wouldn't have they wouldn't have done they wouldn't have been where they are because they took that risk. A lot of the takeaway from the interviews that I did was no dream is crazy. And the only people that are gonna think that it's crazy or cringe or whatever are the ones that wouldn't take it. Because anyone that's, you know, in that position that they've done it before, they are not gonna laugh in your face. They are gonna sit there and listen and advise, but also just say, go for it. So yeah, remember that. I think noise can just pollute your head and you need to always rinse it out. Protect your energy. Really, really, but I believe in that. Like protect yourself, protect your energy and yeah, go for what you want. This episode kind of went in its own ways. I think I wrote down some notes that I wanted to talk about, but maybe, I think we kind of went over it in a different sense. I was on a live and I wrote these down. Life updates, moving to Lebanon, packing, gut health. I think we could talk about that another time. My gut health has been horrible, but we don't we don't even need to get into that. Visiting Lebanon over the weekend, work life and resigning, how I feel about it, how to adjust after work life, and how to be financially stable after resigning. I mean, the last one is for us to all to, the last one is for me to discover. But, I kind of try to be financially responsible. This is something that I need to touch on again when the time comes. And yeah, I'll be figuring it out with you. Like we're going to be figuring out all of this together. Um yeah, I need to stretch and make a coffee. I need a coffee. I I'm gonna find it crazy letting go of some things in this apartment. I made it super like me. I made it super me. But when I get to Lebanon, I kind of want to decorate my room a little different. I'm just not loving that my bed is like the size of my room. It's ginormous for what reason? I sleep on like the corner. So I need to kind of change it up. I want to make it more spacious and actually fit the things that I need it to. There's more things that I'm going to want to tackle apart from financials, but going from living alone to living back at home, I don't know. We're gonna be experiencing this together. I'm gonna be really posting a lot about it on here, YouTube, TikTok, lives. Recently, I've just been sitting down on live and just oversharing about my life, but I enjoy it, and that's what matters. But anyways, I don't know if I really went into everything, but I think you can kind of see that the mindset shift that I have at the moment. Now I should get back to figuring out what I'm going to do with this furniture and all the stuff that I put in here, this gaming desk setup. I need to figure out how I'm going to ship things. Like there is no way I can fit all of this in even three like how many luggages? How many who wants to help me? I'm gonna go now, have some breakfast, some brunch, coffee, and maybe work on some music. I'm inspired. I want to work on some music. I have a song, the one that I posted on, like, the world is so magical. That one, I really like. I played it to my friend. She's like, Linda, finish this song. So, yeah, I'm working on it right now with someone, and I think we'll see where it goes. I like it. I really, really want to know if you're someone experiencing something similar, anything you want me to talk about, please do message me, DM, comment, however you want to reach out. I check it all. I guess I'm gonna go now. I do need to get my camera fixed, so maybe I should head to the mall and really prioritize that so that I don't leave it for the last second. Like probably I might be doing. I already feel like I'm leaving. Yeah, I need to prioritize that. Camera will be fixed. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.